Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome to your number one source for Native American television news, Native News Today. I'm your host, Jason Salzman, and it is Green Week. And as you can see behind me here, a big event at Muskogee Creek Nation this week. Earth Day is happening, so we have lots of people out getting ready to pick up trash alongside Loop 56 here in the capital city of Okmulgee. We're so excited. We're going to be talking to some people from the Environmental Services Department about this Earth Day celebration, but we're also going to have lots of good stories for you this week on Native News Today. We're going to take a look at the Intertribal Emergency Management Coalition. Had a quarterly meeting right here in our backyard. We'll take a look at that. We'll also take a look at a gentleman that is translating books for children through the Mayan program into the beautiful Yuchi language. So there's those two, a lot more, as I said. We'll have lots to talk about as far as the day's activities with Earth Day, environmental services, all going on here in Okmulgee. So we're going to take our very first break, but don't go anywhere. Come right back with Native News Today.
We believe if you teach a man to fish, you can feed him for a lifetime. We believe that transitioning convicted citizens back into our communities enhances public safety. We believe that every citizen, even ex-prisoners, are important and are capable of change. We believe in reclaiming our citizens and investing them back into a culture that embraces healing and restoration.
We believe
in reintegration.
I pledge to embrace and educate offenders in an effort to stop their abuse.
I pledge to all women to love them, protect them, and teach them that violence does not belong in our communities and is not our tradition.
I pledge to take full responsibility for myself and the women and children of the Muskogee Nation.
I pledge to work courageously and audibly to fulfill this pledge for the rest of my life.
I think creatively, I was just into drawing for a long time, ever since I was a kid. It wasn't until maybe around late 2007, 2008 that I became aware of the graffiti scene. It changed everything for me. You don't even really understand in the beginning what kind of journey it's going to take you on, but I think that in order to become great at what you do, it really boils down to how you feel about yourself and how you feel about your own artistic creativity and your own expression. I think it comes from a belief in oneself and pushing yourself to the limits as far as you can take it.
Pumakasam gadat, ibufanga, nage, adigat, punhayadit omega, azayididet omis.
Diosnuk, that's true. Throughout the generations, our elders have taught us to preserve, share, and more importantly, protect the abundant natural resources we have here in Oklahoma. We are the original environmentalists and protector of these resources. The Muskogee Creek Nation believes tribal and state governments must work together to ensure future generations will have clean air and clean water as the ultimate legacy. What is good for Oklahoma tribal nations is good for all Oklahomans. Remember, tribes are truly the original Oklahomans.
It's more than just an associate degree. It's a life-changing experience.
You'll see a lot of cultural features here on the campus. You'll see a symbol of the mound, which goes back to the history of Muskogee people as being in that Mississippian time period, that mound building society. that really welcomes our students whenever they first get here.
The college in itself is beyond the building, is the people.
They're passionate, very passionate about what they teach, and it shows whenever they're teaching.
The instructors and the administration, they really believe in their students here.
After a couple classes, I began to notice that it kind of felt as if I were returning back to something that has been lost for like a long time. As I learned more about the history of my people, to discover that there were very many great people that did a lot of good things for their people, for their nations, and that those people were American Indian and Native American, it kind of brings out a sense of pride that was not really there before.
There is a future for our people.
And welcome back to Native News Today. As promised, I'm out here alongside Loop 56 in Okmulgee. As you can see, the crews are already starting getting the trash picked up here as part of the Earth Day celebration, all put on by our great Environmental Services Department at the Muskogee Creek Nation. And now I want to bring in a good friend of mine and manager of Environmental Services, Mr. Dale Beaver. Dale, come on in here and talk with us for a second. Dale, you guys charged with putting this event together. Take us a little bit through the process of, you guys want to do something a little neat this year, a little fun, and decided, hey, why not make it look good here on Loop 56?
Exactly. You know, we try to think of something different every single year. It used to be like having a recycle day. Well, we got a recycle center, so that's every day deal. So now we try to think of different things, and we got approached by the Okmulgee County Conservation District to do a Loop 56 cleanup. So I said, hey, that'd be great. So we just partnered with them, partnered with the college, and we got a bunch of turnout, a lot of support. So, man, it's been a great, awesome deal so far.
Yeah, and a lot of people, as you said, but also this thing will be going on a little bit later, too. You're going to have some eats for some folks over at the recycling center, as you talked about. And you guys, anytime you get a chance to show that place off, you like to do it.
Oh, exactly. It's one of the things that we worked on really hard to get up and going, and we just take a lot of pride in it, you know. And a lot of people, you know, they recycle a lot. I mean, once they had the opportunity to start recycling, man, it just started coming in. So yeah, we like to showcase the recycle center, and you know, if you gotta have feed people,
right?
You know, so
yes,
you know,
absolutely.
So we like to give out shirts and feed people.
There we go. Yeah. Hey, it's going to be popular with the creeks. I know it for sure.
That's right.
Well, you guys at Environmental Services, you don't just do events like this once a year. There's things going on each and every day, so needed at the tribe. Now, it's not very old in the grand scheme of things, our Environmental Services Department, and really the same kind of departments that other tribes. And you guys get together each year with other tribes' environmental agencies too. But there's a lot that goes into it. You guys are testing our tribal lands. You're testing our complex, things like that. Tell a little about what you guys are charged with every day.
Well, every day we don't know what that phone call is going to come. You know, when my phone rings, I don't know what's on the other end. You know, right. But we do environmental assessments for like acquisitions, for new constructions. We make sure that the tribe is not buying an old, old gas station, something like that.
Yes.
And but we do like mold assessments.
Right.
We're licensed to test for asbestos, lead-based paint. Methamphetamine. Yes. That's a big issue, and man, just anything really. We get a phone call and they have a question about it. We got to figure out the answer.
Exactly.
So
well, and looking after our lands.
Right,
just our rivers, our streams, our water sources. You guys do a fantastic job of that. And Dale, like I said, lots going on today. Lots going on in the future. I know you guys are just going to be coming up with different and new, fun, exciting ways to celebrate Earth Day. But it's really been a whole week, and I know you guys have put a lot into it too. Green Week. It's something that you want to put on the minds of the employees for a long time coming.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Green Earth Day, turns into like Earth Week, then like Earth Month, and then Earth Year.
Well, that's the way it ought to be, right?
It really should be. It really should be. So we like to have the norm.
Yes.
This should be the norm type deal, and that's where we want to strive to be.
Yeah. Well, you guys do a fantastic job, Dale. Like I said, we're out here busy working, supposed to be picking up trash, so we'll let you get on down the road and get helping out and everything. I know you got a lot to do. I want to thank you for joining us for just a second here, Dale. Great idea. Fantastic job.
Well, thank you. Thanks for being out here.
All right. Well, Dale Beaver there with Environmental Services, Muskogee Creek Nation, doing a fantastic job here on Earth Day as part of Green Week at Muskogee Creek Nation. Now, a little bit to do with the environment, not necessarily cleaning up, but what happens when the environment bites back? Natural disasters, things like that, tornadoes, ice storms, moves us to the need for tribal emergency management departments. And that brings us to our first story this week. The Intertribal Emergency Management Coalition met right here in Altmalgi for their quarterly meeting. We definitely had to go over. There's a lot that these people do that maybe not a lot of people know about. So we want to show you that story from the meeting right now.
Today we have our regular monthly meeting of the Intertribal Emergency Management Coalition, which we affectionately called Item C. As many as the tribes as can will come together and we meet and talk about emergency management issues, and from training to response and recovery and what's going on. We invite our local partners to share with us, to bring different resources to the table that we can share with them, and of course our resources we share with our locals. We have our federal partners that we bring in, and some of our not-for-profit organizations that come in that we've been able to develop partnerships with. And today we're talking about the different training opportunities that come to emergency management that are available to tribal government and tribal emergency management. And we'll be talking here shortly about our annual summit. There'll be our 8th annual summit that's coming up, and all of the programs that will be involved with that, and the speakers that we'll have, and the different functions that will go on during our annual summit. And we're excited to have our 8th annual. It's been a long battle, but a long time coming.
In the past, our chiefs, our executive offices, or governor, whoever it might be at the tribe, the main person's office would be the focus point on getting information. For FEMA to get money in the different regions, like Region 6, they get that big money from Washington, they would have to contact all the tribes. Well, their contact wouldn't be the emergency managers, it would be the chief's office, and whether the people in emergency management ever got notified or not, they was doing their part to receive the money, but the tribes wouldn't even know about it, so we weren't receiving money, and we knew that. So now they know who to contact at the tribes because of Item C.
One of the things with emergency management is putting together an emergency operations plan and becoming familiar with what the threats and hazards are that your tribal government's going to face. It may be flooding, it may be tornadoes, it may be a man-made incident, but the pressure that's put on the emergency management program is to develop a plan and be prepared to respond to whatever that incident may be. Maybe it may be that you spend most of your time as emergency management getting ready for the next disaster, whatever that disaster could be. Because when it happens, you're going to get the call that says, okay, this has happened, so now what do we do? And how do we respond, and how do we protect our tribal members and our local people that are non-tribal members, because they are the people that come to us as well. They shop and they spend their money in our stores and our casinos, and they bring revenue into the tribal government. So we want to protect them just like we protect our own people. And it's kind of the Native American way that we don't shut them off because they're non-native. They're a human being. And the politics really doesn't play into it as much as we're taking care of another human being.
All right, still here out on Loop 56 in Altmalgi, picking up trash to honor Earth Day with Environmental Services of the Muskogee Creek Nation. Now we want to move on to our next feature, and earlier this week, I had a chance to talk with some royalty, our Miss Muskogee Creek Nation, Brittany Morgan Hill, and our junior Miss River Watson, as we were over at the Dome. Now the reason we were over at the Dome with these ladies is because we've got some big events coming up, Miss Indian Oklahoma, and also our Miss Muskogee Creek Nation pageant, both for the first time ever held in Altmalgi on the Creek Nation grounds at our brand new Muskogee Dome. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for everybody to come out and see these beautiful ladies as they take part in cultural demonstrations, speak our language, take part in the things, the dresses. It's all part of culture. Everybody's engrossed in it for an evening. So it's going to be wonderful, and I was really appreciative of the time that they came out and gave me to go over and talk with them about this at the Dome earlier this week. And we're here at the Muskogee Dome at the Claude Cox Omniplex. I am joined by royalty. We have Miss Muskogee Creek Nation, Brittany Morgan Hill, Junior Miss Muskogee Creek Nation, River Watson, and I have these ladies here to talk about the Miss Muskogee Creek Nation pageant coming up, a scholarship pageant, lots to do, but you guys are ending your one-year reign as royalty. Brittany, you first. I just want to talk about what it's been like for you all to represent the Muskogee Creek Nation.
Well, first of all, I just want to say it's been such an honor to represent my Muskogee people and my tribe, my family, and I've just had so much, such a great year traveling and meeting all different kinds of people and learning more about my culture and my language, and it's something that I always carry with me for the rest of my life.
That's wonderful, and you guys have done a great job. River, I know that you probably are going to echo some of the stuff that she said, but for you all, I know that it's been a busy year, but one that I know that you've taken a lot away from.
Yes, it's definitely been a busy year. I've tried to involve myself in a lot of things in school, and this has just topped it all off. It's been really great traveling and not only learning about my culture, but getting to teach it to other people wherever we travel.
Yeah, and you know, just from myself as a citizen and somebody that does the show and works for the tribe, so proud of you two for the wonderful job that you've done, not only being at these events and representing us, but in the way that you've done it, conducting yourselves like ladies and being everything that we want our royalty to be. So proud of you in that regard. I know, Brittany, that we have a big announcement coming up. We have the Dome that's going to be the home to the pageant for, I think, the first time ever.
Yes, actually, we're really excited having it right here in Okmulgee, bringing the pageant back to Okmulgee, here at the heart of Creek Nation, and we're having it here at the Muskogee Dome, and we're just really looking forward to it.
Now, River, the night of the pageant, I know a lot's probably going through your heads. Can you give these girls some advice on kind of how to take it and to keep their nerves calm?
Yes, the single most important thing that I felt was helpful was to breathe. You constantly have to breathe and calm yourself down. Reassure yourself that you are capable of going through this. It's very nervous. Yeah. It's a very nervous process, but it's great.
Yeah, it's something that really builds character for you all going on into your lives as you go through college and things like that. It's going to definitely help. And these are things that build your resume, build your people looking at you for prospective colleges. So it's a wonderful thing to be a part of. We want young ladies to sign up, and the deadline is May 1st, right? Yes. To sign up for the pageant?
May 1st at 5 p.m.
Okay, and when is the actual pageant's going to take place? What night?
June 6th at 6.
Okay, June 6th, 6 p.m. here at the Muskogee Dome, and you definitely do not want to miss it. This is a night that, you know, is life-changing for these young ladies. They are part of something that can really build them up, as I said, on the inside, and they're just so beautiful in their dresses, as you can see, and I put them right here in the sun today. I know they're mad at me because we're squinting, but I had to have these beautiful crowns sparkling in the sunshine, so that was definitely part of it. So ladies, I'll let you get out of here now. Brittany, River, you guys have done a wonderful job. On behalf of all of us at Muskogee Creek Nation, thank you so much for conducting yourselves the way that you have this year.
Thank you.
All right, Mado. Yes, Inga. All right, thanks, guys. Now I want to bring in the Oklahoma Federation of Indian Women president, and she's going to join me now, Mrs. Beverly Harjo. Beverly, thanks for being with us today. And I know that you're excited not only about seeing young ladies like this coming up, doing a wonderful job representing their tribe, but also the great work that you guys do at OFIW. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Oklahoma Federation of Indian Women was created in 1969 at the campus of OU by Alice and Boyce Timmons and Georgiana Robinson. And they created this organization for a place for women in the state of Oklahoma to come together, to fellowship, to develop relationships, to share their culture and their traditions with each other, but also to be advocates for the Native American community, for education, and to help raise up young Native women, young Native girls in our state. As you know, there's 39 federally recognized tribes here in the state of Oklahoma. So OFIW is comprised of all kinds of women from all over.
Yeah, and they do a wonderful job. There's a banquet where we announce Oklahoma Indian Woman of the Year, Mother of the Year, Student of the Year. You know, it's just all kinds of things to recognize the great things that our Muskogee women are doing, our Indian women are doing, which we put them at the top in our culture. You know, we get our, we're a matrilineal people. Yes. We get our clans from our mother, and they are to be respected, revered. It's always been that way. Now, you are also excited to announce that this dome is not only going to hold the Creek Nation pageant this year, but Miss Indian Oklahoma.
Yes, we are so blessed this year that Muskogee Creek Nation is our big sponsor, and that they have given us this whole dome for every one of our activities, our premier activities, which Thursday, as you said, is the statewide awards banquet dinner, but also we're going to be honoring our outgoing Miss and Junior Miss Indian Oklahoma. Then Friday is our pageant all day, and the evening starts at 6 o'clock. We want to invite everybody to come out to that. And then Saturday, we're having the big honor dance. Awesome. So we're just so excited. We just want to thank Chief George Tiger, the First Lady Francis, and all of Muskogee Creek Nation for helping make our event. It's going to be a success. It's going to be great.
We're so happy to host it this year. And like you said, give us the dates one more time of that.
It'll be May the 14th through, which is Thursday through Saturday, May the 16th.
May 14th through the 16th, all happening here at the Muskogee Dome. And as Beverly said, you do not want to miss this. For the first time ever here at the Dome, we're making a little bit of history. And really, like I said, we're honoring our women, and it's such a wonderful thing that we can do that. And like I said, young ladies, the next generation, you got to know and see that we're in good hands with young ladies like this.
Yes,
right?
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, Beverly, I want to thank you for being with us today. A little chilly out here. We're in the sun, but hey, it's a good time and a very beautiful backdrop with the Dome, and can't wait for the big event.
Thank you.
Okay, we've moved on over to the recycling center here at the Muskogee Creek Nation. As you can see behind us, lots of goodies getting made up as they got the grill going. Gonna have burgers, hot dogs, even some ribeye steaks for some of the lucky door prize winners and the giveaways. So it's all happening here as part of Earth Day at Muskogee Creek Nation. Really, Green Week happening all week long. We're gonna move on to our next story. Jared Moore had an interesting chance. We had a gentleman come in this week to the studio to record books for the Mayan reading program, totally in the Yuchi language. How neat is that? Gonna be for all those kids to be able to not only have those books, you know, grow educationally, but also to be able to hear, speak, and learn the Yuchi language, which is a beautiful language. It's a language that they're really trying to keep going. They have all kinds of initiatives there in Sapulpa at the Yuchi House, classes weekly. So it's a great thing. And this gentleman was nice enough to come in, record those books. And Jared asked him, hey, can we talk to you about this project on Native News Today? He said, sure. So we wanted to share it with you today here on the program.
I've grown up around the language a lot. My great-grandmother, Luana Tom Barnett, used to speak to me and my cousins when we spent our summers at her house, or she used to be our babysitter. So during lunchtime, that's always she would speak. And so when I was growing up, I hear her talk. Me and my cousin would pick up a few words here and there. But now, I got involved with language through my mother. She was the teacher up there at Sapulpa. And I just kind of follow along her footsteps, you know. And, she raised awareness to me and my cousins as youth. And now I have 3 children of my own. Is when I really got involved with my first child, trying to learn their language. But then when they got older, I really kind of took part of really, I need to learn this so my children will learn and to keep going. Yeah, today I came in and recorded 5 stories out of the Mayan reading program online. I brought 5 simple stories, kid stories, to translate it from English to Yuchi to get awareness out for the language, for the Yuchi language revitalization. We are working on, we work with children every day, Monday through Friday at Kellyville. We have an after school program that we do. So a good way to get kids learning the language is also in books, to get them aware of reading and writing and speaking. This is the main priority, to get speaking the language. So when we record it, it will be on the MyOn website that the Muskogee Creek Nation partnered with. The Creek Nation Language Department also translated books on there, so we just kind of follow along, go along with them, the footsteps. It's available online, on tablet, computer, phones, anywhere you got access to internet. But now we have this after school program that we do, and there's well over 50 kids that's been exposed the past year that's able to speak, not just colors, numbers, animals, but actually kind of hold down a conversation somewhat. We go to school, I go to school here, I'm this age, I live here, I got these many brothers, sisters. We hold classes Monday through Friday after school program in Kellyville. We hold classes at the Kellyville Indian Community Center, just off Highway 66. And if anybody's wanting to learn Yuchi, we have adult classes every morning from 9 to 12. Ito hey, the bully, they like Lee. See you later. Come back again.
Okay, that'll wrap it up for another episode of Native News Today. And as you can see behind me here, it's about humbucks time, so I gotta go because I'm eating. But before I do, I want to bring in one of our volunteers for today, Miss Judy Osmus. Judy, with our realty department here at Creek Nation, does a great job. Judy, tell us about the trash pickup day. Did you have fun out there?
I had fun. It was a good time. We had a good crowd. Everybody was just happy to be there.
Absolutely. Well, I know that you know the Environmental Services Department really well, and what do you think about this event? Really neat that they did this for the first time.
I think it's a great event, and we partnered up with the college and with the city of Okmulgee, and just did our part for Earth Day.
Well, I'm so glad that you were a part of it. Always good to see you, and I'm glad you weren't the one that found a snake. Somebody actually found a snake out there, right? You're not a fan of those.
No, I'm not a fan of snakes.
All right, well, go get your plate, get ready to eat. Good to see you, Judy. All right, yeah, absolutely. Judy Osmus there doing a great job along with all of our volunteers today out at Earth Day. What a wonderful event. Environmental Services really knocking it out of the park with this. And as you can see, I'm a big fan because of the eating and all the stuff. And I had a great time out there with everybody too, getting my hands a little bit dirty. We made a joke, and I'm really the common man today on the show, doing all kinds of things out here. So it's a lot of fun. They made it a great big event with all kinds of people, really good turnout. So look forward to seeing this every year, all kinds of things that we can do for the environment, helping out and making a difference. Want to go and say thank you. I want to say thank you to all of the people that made this show great this week. Item C, Intertribal Emergency Management, having us over. The Princesses, the Royalty, Brittany Morgan Hill, River Watson, Miss and Junior Miss Muskogee Creek Nation as they wrap up their reign. Want to thank them for stopping by with us. Beverly Harjo, the Federation of Indian Women President, thank her for her time as well. And all the great people that work on the show do a wonderful job. Hey, if you can't catch us here on CW 1219 or KSBI in Oklahoma City, you can always go to our YouTube channel, check us out, our online material. It's all on there, all of our productions. You can check that out there. Also go to our Facebook and Twitter. Always want to keep up with us on social media, what we're doing throughout the week. It's a little bit of a way to see a behind-the-scenes look at the program. So for all of us here at Native News Today, I want to thank you for being with us this week as we sign off from Green Week and Earth Day here at Muskogee Creek Nation.